You bet. Hey, Jeremiah, thanks for joining us for a few minutes this morning. If you have a question, please use the raised hand function, and we will grab you momentarily. Andrew Jones, start us off.
Hey, Jeremiah, just kind of get your thoughts on where you think the team is mentally right now with finishing fall camp and gearing toward Virginia Tech, and with everything that's kind of being written and said about you guys. And I know that your mission was to kind of deflect a lot of that stuff, but where do you think you guys are mentally heading into what is a huge opener for this program?
I feel like we're a really excited team, and I think we're extremely prepared. We had practice yesterday on Sunday, and we had like a padded practice, and you could tell like when we went out for practice that day, it felt like game week. Everybody knew it was game week, even though it was Sunday. Like the atmosphere around the stadium, even walking in the building that morning before practice, you could tell like it was a game week.
Is there something that you as one of the leaders has to help the younger guys, because you have a lot of young guys in this team, guard against with respect to maybe getting too amped up, a couple of days before the game and sort of having an even keel before you guys get to Blacksburg?
Yeah, I feel like I have a part of that, but I feel like Coach Mack does a really good job of that, because he always states the quote that like you got to be ready to play today, but you don't have to play today. So like the mindset of going through practice, going through the plays full speed, game speed, but knowing that you don't have to play that day, and that you're still sharpening and getting everything polished up before Friday. Cool.
Thank you, man.
Okay, let's swing over to CL Brown.
Hey, Jeremiah, for season openers, like how do you balance knowing what a team does scheme wise and also trying to kind of predict or whatever the new personnel they may have, especially at skill positions, like how things will be different in that respect?
Yeah, the first game of the season's always kind of hard, because you don't really have any tendencies on the team. You're kind of going off of past seasons and the things they do. But for me, I think it's just looking at the personnel they have coming back. The QBs they have coming back, the tight end they have coming back, the pair of running backs they have coming back. I think that has to do a lot with the personnel, and I know all the tight ends are coming back too. So I think looking at the people they had from last year and the guys who played snaps, that helps us narrow down the personnel that they'll be using.
And based on the game last year, they had some success against you guys, putting up points and everything. Does that factor at all into this? Like any kind of motivating, we want to keep them to, shut out or whatever, less than 20 or whatever, or, that has nothing to do with this year?
I think it definitely does. I mean, for over the past 2 years, I mean, they came here, and when we went up there 2 years ago, they were able to run the ball, throw on the ball, and really do whatever they wanted to offensively against us. So, I mean, we need to be a staple and help the offense this Friday with keeping them backed up, keeping them good field position to help the offense. So, yeah, I think that definitely plays an effect. Everybody on the team, like Taman and guys who've been here for when we've been playing them for the past 2 years, know that they've been able to throw the ball on us and run the ball on us and pretty much do whatever.
All right, thank you.
Okay, Michael Coe.
Hi, Jeremiah. So as one of the leaders on this defense, a defense that has a lot of very young pieces on it, how have you been telling some of the freshmen and sophomores about your experience in Blacksburg 2 years ago to sort of help them prepare for this game?
Oh, I just tell them that, I mean, you're getting what you've signed up for to come play college football. You're going to have a college football environment. You're going to have an atmosphere that you're probably going to remember for years to come. I know when I went up there and played, I mean, the atmosphere was great. I mean, I told the guys, I mean, even the freshmen who played here last year, they never really had like a real college football experience with the fans. Like they played in the games, but never had that true atmosphere. So just getting them warmed up, telling them that the first couple of plays you're out there, you're going to have some jitters, but after that first play is gone, like it's still just football. You're still out there running around making plays.
And would you say a lot of that draws from how you played in Blacksburg a couple years ago? Like, do you remember having jitters coming out there?
I think it's just from experience. I mean, even when we played South Carolina and Charlotte, my first ever start, I mean, you get those jitters and I think it's good, but yeah, I just tell the guys, like, I mean, it's fine to be a little jittery and a little excited and ready to go. I mean, I feel like if you're not really excited, like jittered up and excited like that, I don't feel like you're really ready to go. But I always tell them, like, after that first play and that first snap is gone, like it's just football. We rely on our training and rely on our cues and rely on our coaching and what we've done throughout the week.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Greg Barnes.
Hey, Jeremiah, we've talked to you a lot about leadership and your role with regard to team dynamics this offseason. Mike Brown told us a couple weeks ago that he considered you to be one of the best leaders that he's ever been around. When you hear something like that from a Hall of Fame coach, what does that mean to you? And what have you really tried to do with the team specifically the last couple of weeks to kind of secure your position as a leader on the team?
Well, with that coming from Coach Mack, I mean, I feel like that's like the highest honor for me. I really don't care about the statistics, the accolades, or anything they have going on. I care about like what my teammates think about me, what my coach is thinking about me at the end of the day. I feel like that makes me the most proud of myself is when I have a teammate or a coach that comes back to me and they know I'm going to be in the right fit. They know I'm going to be in the right call. And for Coach Mack, I mean, one of the greatest coaches of all time to say that about me and all the teams, all the great leaders he's had over the years. I mean, it's a high honor for me. And with the team, I think it's not just the past 2 weeks, but I think just throughout fall camp, getting the guys together, because I know one day in fall camp we had like one little, I wasn't going to say sloppy practice, but we didn't have too much energy or too much enthusiasm in the practice. And I feel like I need to say things when they need to be said, and when things don't need to be said, I don't really need to say anything. But for the prior week coming up, I mean, I don't think I've really had to say much to anybody really since fall camp. Like I said on Sunday, I feel like everybody's glued in and locked in, and it feels like, I mean, a game week again. It really feels like we're playing ball, and it was Sunday. What is it even today? Like, when we were thinking about game and having the game energy. So, and even last night when we were practicing later at night, since we play at around 6 o'clock, we had the lights on out there in Keenan. So it just felt good to know that football is back.
And the other thing I wanted to ask you was, we know that you didn't really play. I don't think you played any in the spring game. And there's been a number of scrimmages where you haven't really played and been on the sidelines. So the younger guys obviously get some reps. Does that kind of put you in a coach position where you're watching with a different vantage point on the sidelines, trying to help the guys along?
I feel like it does both. I feel like it helps me take mental reps as long as with coaching too. Because I mean, if you're sitting there and you're not taking the mental rep, how are you going to be able to tell like rah or power, one of the younger guys, like what you're going to be doing? So being glued in on the sidelines, I mean, yeah, that definitely, I'd have to be glued in to be able to help power or rah with a check. And that's something I always do when I'm not in, because I feel like even when you're not out there taking the physical reps, you can always learn ahead and get mental reps. Because sometimes when the scouts and us are switching off, sometimes Bateman likes to switch up the formation and calls by the scout team, so you're back there taking mental reps too to get other mental reps on certain plays. Same with the white group too.
Great, thank you.
Okay, we got one more question for Jeremiah, and that comes from John Johnson.
Yeah, Jeremiah, I want to touch on something you were discussing before. You guys will now be playing in front of a crowd. I think Lane's supposed to be full capacity. I guess in a sense, what's it going to be like to be back to playing in a situation that's quote unquote normal? And the second part of that is, what have you guys been doing to prepare for that? Because last year was, limited to no fans. Has Coach Mack been, pumping up the speakers during practice, trying to throw in some distractions to kind of better prepare you guys for it?
Yeah, sometimes we play really loud music in the stadium. Sometimes we just play loud fan noise around Keenan, just to get a little feel, to make it difficult for the offense and also for the defense. Because I know even when we're on the defensive side of the ball, sometimes the home crowd likes to get quiet for the offense, but yeah, playing up at VTech, they don't get quiet. They stay loud. So I think it's helping both the offense and defense to get a little noise in the stadium and in the practice facility to help us on Friday.
All right, Jeremiah, thanks for a couple of minutes this morning.
No problem.